Hi, my name is Catherine Nowicki, and this is my social inequality project, Things I Should have said video. The social inequality that I experienced happened in my workplace over this last summer. I worked at a Randazzo's fruit market as a cashier, and one day when I was working, the hiring manager was standing at my register doing what she usually does, and then an African American boy came up who was about 16 or 17 years old and asked if he could apply for a job. My hiring manager handed him an application and he started filling it out. He finished the application and handed it back to the hiring manager, and then she smiled and said, "Thank you, we'll keep in touch," like any other person would say during an interview or a job application. But once the boy left the store, my hiring manager ripped his application in half and threw it in the trash. At first, I was a little surprised. I was like, did she just do that because he was black? And as soon as I had a free second, I ran to my friend's register and told her what had just happened, and all she said was, "I'm not surprised. They have a thing against hiring black people here." And she gave a little chuckle at the end. And I was so shocked that happened because I have never experienced any other, discrimination against people with certain skin color, because myself, I am white and a female, so I don't really get discriminated against for my skin color. But this is an example of a social inequality because the teenager who wanted a job didn't get the chance to work and show his full potential just because of his skin color. The hiring manager in Randazzo itself has stereotypes against African Americans that affects their life chances and context, which are terms we discussed in class about not being able to show your potential to your life chances of what you were born as or how you are, or the color of your skin color. This kind of experience happens on a daily basis, and I didn't really know that it happened until I saw it in my own workplace. This experience relates to class lectures and readings based on race and stereotypes and discrimination, and not just against African Americans, but against Muslims and any other type of race that, except for usually white people, do not get discriminated against, which is why I personally have never experienced any type of discrimination against my skin color. Some people may believe that racism is a social dynamic that normalizes inequality because races put people into categories of society that make living less complicated and confusing, and then we give these groups stereotypes, and we follow those stereotypes and discriminate against them and treat them like those stereotypes because that's what society taught us to do. Although this is how it's been in the past, many people in the past and now have been trying to end racism and the idea that discrimination normalizes society. What I could have done differently in my situation was tell a higher authority, although I don't really think that would have had a huge effect because of the rumor that they do not hire black people at the store, which I thought was true because I started looking around when I was working and realized that there was not a single employee that was African American, which I thought was very odd because I never realized it until this experience happened to me. The relationship of agency to structure means that we as a society are supposed to be free and to do what we want and to have equal opportunities for all people, no matter what the circumstances. However, things like racism, sexism, all of these things still exist and keep people from living to their full potential for no reason, just because they look differently than the white people. And we believe everyone is treated equal, but the structures of society prove that racism and sexism and any other type of discrimination is a social problem that creates inequality and still exists everywhere today.